ACT test, part 4, problems 47 through 60. Problem number 47. Tom has taken 5 of the 8 equally weighted tests in his history class, and he has an average of 78. How many points does he need to earn on just the 6? So I don't care that there's 8, I only care about 6. To get his average up to nearly 80 points. Well, if we did average, we'd add up all 6 of these. And right now we know that the first 5 add up to 78. They add up to 78 times 5. Because when you take average, you divide by the number. Now he has to add up to some additional x and get 80 points. So we get 390 plus x equals 480. And I multiplied out that, but then I also did both sides times 6. Subtract 390 from both sides. I get x equals 90. Now another way to do this is to just guess. Pick each one of those problems and see which one fits in. I actually have a lot of people very successfully do that, although it does take a little longer time. I will let you read the verbiage in the complex plane, the horizontal axis, blah, 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 real axis, imaginary. If you've ever worked with imaginary numbers, you're good to go. But the modulus, as it explained here, is just Mr. Pythagoras. So it's saying if the origin is where we start, which one's got the longest piece? And clearly Z1 has the longest piece. It's got the greatest distance from the origin to where it is. You have to work with the imaginary number axis a little bit to that, or try and read it and make sense of it, which is very challenging. What's the solution to this equation? Now this is very tricky. I'm rewriting 8 as 2 to the third. And I'm rewriting 4 as 2 to the second. Because now we can multiply them out. We get 2 to the 6x plus 3. Just multiply 3 times both pieces. And 2 to the 2 minus 2x. And now I know they have to be equal. 6x plus 3 equals 2 minus 2x. Add 2x to both sides. Subtract 3 from both sides. I get 8x equals negative 1. X equals negative 1/8. This is a good one where you can actually use your calculator. You can plug that back in and see if you get the same answer for both sides. And you should. Here's one of the easiest questions on the test, if you know it. This is a graph of cosine with some other stuff. And it says, is the function even or odd, neither, an inverse, an undefined? Well, if you know even and odd, even just means that if I look at both sides here, I get the same thing folded over. So if I could take the page and bend it in half, this maps to here, and this piece maps to here, and they fall right on top of each other. So that makes it an even function. An odd function would be like this, like y equals x to the third, where if you spin the page a half turn, not a full turn, a half turn, you get the same thing. That would be an odd function. Sine is an odd function. An integer from 100 through 999, inclusive, meaning including those numbers, is to be chosen at random. What's the probability that the number chosen will have at least have 0 or at least 1, have 0 as at least one digit? So just 0. So we've got 900 digits from 100 to 999. How did I know that? Well, I looked and I saw that all these are there. I could also do 999 minus 100 and then think it out, and okay, that means there's 900 digits. So how many of those have zeros in them? Well, clearly 100, 101, all the way down to 109 has them, and I know 110 does, but I'm going to do that in a second. 110 does, but none of the other ones do. 120 does, 130 does, 140 does, 150 does, 160 does, 170 does, 180 does, 190 does. And I believe this pattern will repeat for 200, 300, all the way across. So how many are there? Well, here there's 10 of them. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 19 of them. And then it's in the 100 range, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 times 9. So there's 171 different ways that could happen. That's tricky. That's really tricky. A lot of people struggle with that. There's no clean, neat way to do that. You have to just blast it out like I did it. Number 52. Figure below. Q has an equation negative 2x plus y equals 1. I see the word slope somewhere, so let's find that one real quick in slope form. Slope intercept. Y equals 2x plus 1, and that's Q. So the slope of this is 2. It intersects R, which is distinct from line Q at a point. The angles are the same. What's the slope of line R? Well, it's definitely negative, so I'm going to cross this out. And if this goes up to and over 1 for every unit, this one clearly goes up to and over 1 for every unit. So still a change in y of 2, still a change in x of 1, so 2 over 1. And it's down to the right, so that makes it negative. Tricky problem. In the right triangle below, one of the angle measures is tangent negative first A to B. So that's opposite over adjacent. So it looks like we're here. Opposite over adjacent. So we'll call this angle X. So tangent to the negative first, A over B, is X. What's cosine of X? Well, that would be adjacent, B over square root of A squared plus B squared quantity. So that would be D. Another tricky problem. You have to figure out which angle they're talking about and then just take cosine of that angle. Use the following information for 54 to 56. Radio signal can be received within a radius of 52 miles. A map of what it looks like is above. What's your following is closest to the region coverage? Well, that's just a square. Pardon me, a circle with a radius of 52. So it's pi times 52 squared. Gets me pretty close to 8,500. I believe the next one asks for the equation. If you know equation of a circle, really not that hard. It's just in the origin, so it's x squared plus y squared, so it can't be any of these. And it equals the radius squared. In this case, the radius is 52, so 52 squared. I find it interesting, these are problems 54, 55, 56, and they're really very simple. Transmitter site of a radio station and another one are 100 miles apart. So here's the one we just had up above. It makes a circle out here at 52. And then there's another one, and they're 100 miles apart. It has a range of 60. So how many miles along the highway can we hear both? Well, 100's the total, 60 and 52 add up to 112. Subtract and we get 12 miles where we can hear them both. Graphs of the equations, y equals x minus 1 and y equals quantity x minus 1 to the fourth are shown below. Which values satisfy the inequality x minus 1 to the fourth? Well, x minus 1 to the fourth is the green graph here. It's this one. And the other one is x minus 1 is this one. So they're saying when is it less than that graph? So they're looking for this region right here, but they're also looking on the x-axis. So when x is 1 or greater and 2 or less, you'll find all those values are less. And you can check that. Put in 1.5, and you should get, I put a 1.5 on the left, I get 5.0625, and that should be less than 1.5 minus 1. Oop, I put in the wrong thing. 0.0625. And that's less than 5 minus 1 is 4. So that's trying 1.5. And that's not a definitive answer, but it shows that it works, so I can go with it. Very, very tricky problem here. For every positive two-digit number, x, 10 digits t, and units digits 11, so like 21 would be tu, where t would be 2 and u would be 1. Let y be the two-digit number formed by reversing the digits of x. Which of the following is equivalent to this expression? So the first number is tu, but that doesn't mean anything. It means t is 10 times t, because it's in the 10th digit. So this digit is 10t plus 1 times u, also known as just u. So for example, t equals 2, u equals 1. 10 times 2 plus 1 equals 21. So that's just how it works. Very confusingly writ problem. That's the first number. The second number is flipped. 10 times u plus t. And we take them and we subtract the second one. So we get 10t plus u minus 10u, which equals 11t minus 9u. And clearly I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, I forgot I was subtracting it. I didn't distribute my subtraction. I'm going to erase this because it's bothering me. It's all in the way here. See if I can do this right this time. So we have 10t minus t plus u minus 10u, 9t minus 9u. And we can factor out a 9. Say that is 9 times t minus u. Very tricky problem. Higher level problem, so he was really paying attention. This one's actually easy. First time I looked at it, I got all confused. What's the height? Well, this one's at 3 and this one's at 5, so it's 2. 3 to 5. What's the width? Well, it goes from 1 to 5, so that's 4. Area is 1/2 base times height. 4. Done. And one last one. Infinite geometric series. R is less than 1. This is the formula to add them all up. If you know about this, great. R equals 0.15. If you don't, this is going to be a very challenging problem. The sum, 200, equals that first term, 1 minus 0.15. Blast this out, we get a over 0.85 multiplied by 0.85 on both sides. A equals 170, which they very sneakily put in as one of the answers. Got to read the question. What's the second term of the series? Well, the series looks like this with that 8.5, 170, and then 170, times 0.15 times 0.15 is 25.5 times 0.15 is 3.825, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller because you're multiplying by 0.15 every time. Well, who cares? They just want the second term. So it's 25.5. Tricky problems. Good luck.